Hello and welcome. I'm Stephanie with Monarch Productivity. Monarch Productivity works to increase your productivity so that you can do more good in the world. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something that might be holding you back: productivity pinch points. So, productivity pinch points are those areas where our productivity tends to stall. They can be anything from a specific task that we find difficult to focus on to a broader system that's just not working for us. They can have a big impact on our overall productivity, making us feel constantly stuck on the same things. Some common productivity pinch points include email, meetings, social media, general procrastination, multitasking, a lack of planning, and all kinds of distractions. Today, I'm going to talk about three of these. One of the biggest productivity pinch points that we encounter is a lack of planning or failure to prioritize our tasks effectively. When you don't prioritize, everything seems important, and we find ourselves jumping from one thing to another and never make significant progress on anything. This is why setting a daily big three is so important. This is three achievable tasks that you will do today to get closer to your most important goals. This is especially true for those most important equity goals. Now, we talked about the daily big three in episode 2, and I'd encourage you to check that one out. Another pinch point is clearing the decks. This is where you feel like you have to get a lot of little tasks done before you can focus on the big things. I'll confess, this is one I really struggle with. You want to clear out that inbox, clean off your desk, call that one last person, and then your head will be clear to do the big things you need to do. The sad reality is that the decks never stay clear. New email messages always come in. More people call, and before you know it, the day is over and you haven't even started on your daily big three. Ask me how I know. One way to address this pinch point is to clear the decks at the end of the day as part of your workday shutdown routine. And then you'll feel a bit more confident in the morning that nothing is going to blow up if you jump right into your most important work the next day. We talked about the workday shutdown routine in episode 4. Another pinch point is meetings. Now, meetings are a necessary part of most of our jobs, but they can be a productivity pinch point. Be thoughtful about the meetings that you attend. Is your presence really necessary at all of the meetings? If there are other people from your team there, do you need to be there as well? I know some folks feel a bit of fear of missing out or FOMO if they're not at all of the meetings, but you could also be missing out on achieving your goals if you spend too much time at meetings where you're not really necessary. So, I've just talked about 3 of many pinch points that you could possibly have. So, this week, as you move through your days, I want you to identify what productivity pinch points are impacting your daily life. Once they're identified, we can do something about it. Um, and then you can create a plan. The plan will help you overcome those productivity pinch points and may include setting some specific goals, developing some new habits, or just changing your environment. Now, I want you to be patient when you're doing this too, because overcoming the productivity pinch points takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep working at it. Eventually, you'll see some improvement. So, this week's challenge is to identify your top pinch point and create that strategy. Again, give yourself grace because depending on what it is that you decided to do, it could take longer than just this week to see results. This is a great time for journaling because when you journal, you can notice those little tiny changes as they happen, and more appreciate it even when the change is happening slowly. It'd be great if you use the comment area below to share how this week's challenge went for you. And if you'd like some support in reaching your challenge goals, I'd encourage you to join the Monarch Productivity community. In the Monarch Productivity community, we go into a lot more depth on this topic and we learn from and support each other in accomplishing the goals that help make the world a better place. The community is now open and your first month is free. That gives you plenty of time to tackle the Goals for Good Challenge, a course for Monarch Productivity community members that sets you up for success no matter where you are in your productivity journey. I hope you'll join us. The link to sign up is in the show notes below. Thank you for watching this week's episode. I hope you'll like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week.